All right, great to have Platinum Mike Perry back with us. Of course, the promoter hat returns. Dirty Boxing heads to the Lone Star State this Friday for DBX 5 in Houston, headlined by an inaugural women's bantamweight title fight between Jessica Rose Clark, and Paula Bittencourt. Mike, good to see you, my man. How are you?
What's up, Mike? I'm doing good, brother. Excited to head out to Houston. I think the fans are really excited for it. We've we're really close to our numbers on our Nashville card post. So for pre, and we're really close to those numbers. We've already had a great sale on the Houston card, and the I think the fans are really excited. So am I.
Can you talk about what the venue might look like? Because I was curious what Nashville is going to look like compared to the cards at the hangar. Because I love the look of the hangar. It's just like small and intimate but loud. Nashville looked awesome too.
Yeah.
I love the balcony setup. It was kind of like a standing room over there. It was not too big. It was like the right size for what you guys are trying to do, and like the energy levels within the building was absolutely perfect. Acoustically, everything just hit well. Is it going to be similar in Houston?
Yeah, I would say, country places like Nashville and Houston Houston, Texas is known for having a lot of space. They got a lot of land over there. So, um, I think the venue will be dressed up really nice. We got a nice little guest list coming together of some celebs and other performers who are coming to, watch these fighters perform for them. And Dirty Boxing making waves, baby. We are we are on schedule, doing everything every month. We're keeping these fighters busy, and keeping the fans, giving the fans something to look forward to every month.
See, I know you don't like the celebrity guest list questions. That's why I wasn't even going to ask you about it, but you already brought it up. The list is starting to compile. Can we name drop a couple here?
Um, well, Johnny Bones himself, the GOAT. Myself, Andre Berto. I mean, these are all guys just on the schedule. Berto's returning to the commentating table, and he said he might be looking for some action that night. So, from a worthy adversary is what he said. Those were his words. I was like, "Oh wow, that's exciting." He said he's getting amped up and maybe wants to jump in the ring himself, so that could be exciting. Um, the woman going for Congress, she's looking for a seat at Congress. Valentina, um, so she's coming, and she can say some pretty abrasive stuff sometimes. So keeping things interesting with Dirty Boxing, and then there's just a lot of our crewmates are a little celeb status, and then there's other people to look forward to seeing. So you know Texas is excited about it. We've already had a great sale. I think we're going to overdo ourselves from the Nashville card, and we got more people coming to Houston. Houston's excited for it, and we're going to turn the town upside down.
Well, if you're in Houston, and you don't have tickets, make sure you buy them. You never know who's going to show up to these events, and that's what makes them very special as a live broadcast. But I'm curious, how do we get to this inaugural title matchup, Mike? Because Jessie obviously has looked very good since signing with you guys, and now it's like officially official. She's like locked in with Dirty Boxing for the foreseeable future. Here comes Paula, who has some good wins in MMA. She's making her promotional debut. I thought like maybe Cat Nelson would slide in there maybe to get an inaugural title fight, perhaps. But we got Rose Clark versus Bittencourt. What was the, I guess, promotional thought process here from what you can tell us?
Well, interesting topic there. You know, I've tried to speak for her with my team, but there was something that was, you know, taken a little out of context, if you will, or, you know, I know people were interested in the Cat fight. I mean, Cat is a teammate of at Fusion XL, and that's a gym I'm well known to. And I tried to talk with them and talk with my group, and there was, you know, she went and fought, and she had my team telling her maybe she shouldn't, and I was like, I don't know. She wrote me, and I'm like, just go whoop ass, and then it should work out from there. And the fact that she did, but I was thinking of things from a fighter's perspective, like you go whoop ass, like, well, I don't see the issue there. So that's still something in business that I'm learning. And um, I didn't want us to. I didn't want to create this salt that happened or anything like that, but Bittencourt's looking like a tough girl. I've seen her highlights, and they all the dirty boxing cards our matchmakers have put together great matchups, and I think this is just another one. Jesse Jess, a big name, headlining the card. We got other great fights on the card as well, and it's making everyone wonder what's going to happen next. So, we're staying in the headlines in news and business, very similar to the UFC. I mean, it's not that we're copying them because we are doing things completely different, but there are things that the great UFC has done that you just can't argue with or compete with. And, we're building foundation for a strong, sturdy business like that.
What you mentioned, there's some compelling names. There's UFC vets, there's PFL vets, there's well-known people within the MMA community and stars you're trying to build within the promotion. You're obviously going to be you're the promotional hat wearer, man. You're going to go around, you're going to be shaking hands, you're going to be talking to people, you're going to be giving fans great experience. But what's the fight where it's like, all right, no more pictures, no more handshakes, leave me alone. I'm sitting down, I'm watching this one. It's going to be a banger. What's the Mike Perry prediction for fight of the night on Friday?
Oh man. I mean, the main event is very exciting to see Miss Jessie Jess. I know, have another teammate fighting female on the card. We have some of these people, from the first fight. Cannon is on the early prelims.
Yep.
He had that big win over Hector Lombard, and we got him on the early prelims, and he loves to shove it back in our face if there's something that has made him feel disrespected. He's had big shots in dirty boxing, and now he's back low on the card. He's got something to prove there. So from the first fight, Naomi versus Killer B, that's a good one. I think another big star-studded fight because B is well known, and Naomi's fighting, out of one of my gyms, and she got a lot of people rooting for her and making big waves in dirty boxing. She's been asking me for a fight in dirty boxing for a couple of months. I've been trying to get her on, and we finally got her on there. And man, Travis St. John coming back facing what's his name that he's fighting?
Morris.
Morris is scary.
Yeah.
Morris is a big, scary dude. And Travis is just brave as heck, and he likes to fight. So don't get me wrong, man. I'm going to be tuned into all these fights. These people really put it on for us, and they love the style of dirty boxing, the boxing with elbows and ground and pound. I mean, unlike anything else. So I'm very excited to see all these matchups take place and see the fans while I'm out there as well.
I believe I saw that Gable Steveson is going to be there on Friday as well as like a special guest. He actually obviously was the main event of DBX 5 and just did Gable Steveson things. He's jumping over the top rope, not like WWE style. He's like literally leapfrogging over the top rope. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But the event was sort of built around him, Mike, and he delivered in a big way against Billy Swanson. What was that night like for you, especially with the Gable portion of this? Because it was a different kind of experience for him. He's the wrestler, he's the Olympic gold medalist, and now he's going to throw hands and elbows and only hands and elbows, and made quick work of a Bellator veteran, and then did incredibly athletic things too.
Yeah, Gable is, I'm actually sorry. I told Gable that night. He was like, "What were you thinking?" I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Billy came in talking hot trash, and I actually believed in him for a little bit. Not that I ever thought he was going to win per se, but I didn't expect that just Gable cleans him in really one shot. That one uppercut, he landed like one, set it up, and then boom, uppercut. It was over. And he was like, "Come on, man, what were you honestly thinking?" I was in the ring with him after, and I was like, "I'm sorry." Him and his mom were there. I'm like, "I'm sorry. Anything can happen in a fight. You never know with these wrestlers." And he has made the biggest wave of anybody breaking into the combat sports game for a beginner, a new combat sports athlete. No one's been as noisy as him, the Olympic gold medalist in heavyweight wrestling. So I'm a fan of Gable, man. He's a sharp dude, sharp character, and I'm still learning a lot from John and watching Gable. They've been in the highest level type of competitions you can get in, and Gable's still going up. And we're still waiting to see what's going to happen next with John Jones. He wants to fight again.
Yeah, maybe at the White House. Maybe we see you at the White House. Maybe we'll see Gable at the White House. It's very, very possible. All things are on in play right now, Mike.
Yeah, for sure. I did hit up Dana. It's like, "Hey man, what's up? How you
What,
doing?"
and what did he say? Did he get back to you? Or did he leave you on red?
I did not get that response, but that's okay. That's okay. I just let him know that I'm grinding, and some other people went back, and I'd like to give it a shot. I got some coaches on my team that are like, "Man, one more MMA fight, dude, would be super sick." And I'm like, I'm not just thinking one, but you know, business is business, and I am. I mean, if you saw my Instagram yesterday, doing big business, big moves. I was driving this McLaren. That was like a dream come true. Shout out to my partner at Platinum Tequila, Gabriel. A 750S McLaren. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. Jumping on the PJs. Fun times, if you're going to support anyone's business, support Platinum Mike Perry's Dirty Boxing. And Platinum Tequila has been pre-ordered many times. It will be coming soon. So supporting that will lead to, more fun stuff, more fun videos. Maybe we'll have something special outside of a Dirty Boxing event for all the fans. And we're just manifesting.
All right, dropping some good nuggets here. It's nice to be Platinum Mike Perry. By the way, I like how Dirty Boxing's doing the road shows now. Nashville, now Houston. Do we know where DBX 6 will be yet, or still discussing that?
Yeah, Six is back in Nashville.
Okay.
So after Houston, we're going back up to Nashville for another great time. I think the fans really loved it, and we're excited to bring it back. One of the partners' home base, it would be Nashville. So, we got a good little. It's somewhat the Bermuda Triangle we've created here. We got Miami, Nashville, and Houston, Texas. So we're scoping out, and I know that a lot of people were interested when Dirty Boxing became sanctioned in Georgia. So Georgia is getting on the list as well. So Houston on January 30th, coming up this week. Then we got Nashville in February. We're going to keep it rocking. And then we're going March, could be in Georgia.
Savannah? You should go to Savannah, dude. That'd be awesome. I could drive to Savannah in 30 minutes. Great town.
I don't know if it was going to be Atlanta or Savannah. We don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, if it's in Savannah, I will be there for sure because I've wanted to get
All
out there
right.
for one of these. So, look, being the promoter and getting ready for fights, a lot of good stuff. Sometimes behind the scenes, there's little things that pop up that are a little bit annoying, but we had some unfortunate news last week. The DBX heavyweight champ Jairzinho Rozenstruik was in some trouble, and look, he hasn't been tried or anything yet. It is America, innocent until proven guilty. But being in the position you are in with Dirty Boxing and being the promotional face, so to speak, what was your reaction to this?
Um, it's unfortunate. We gotta find a way to keep these guys more busy, where they are inclined to go to the gym, if not twice a day, be training for something, be focused on a goal. And I don't know the details of what happened. Um, Jarzinho's a big guy. Things happen, and any type of rebuttal from him could be seen in a scarier sight to some people. I don't know what happened, and I do believe he was bonded out, and I'm sure he's got the mind and the heart of a champion. Jairzinho's a good dude, and I think he'll recover from this. And if everything comes to light, I'm sure he can just be better.
Has there been any internal discussion about maybe taking the belt off of him, letting him figure this all out, and then just kind of have it, or maybe having it vacant until he's ready to come back? Like, have we gotten that far, or just
No, I
okay?
think it depends on the timeline of how what comes out, what's asked of us. Um, if someone is in any type of legal trouble, I don't think there's an issue with them working. So, what do? It's the fight business. We get him the toughest fight possible, and maybe he fights to defend that title, or all we can do is all we can do, and with him being out, I'm sure things will come to light, and it'll just be a matter of time before he's working again.
Fair enough. Obviously, on Saturday, the UFC returned for the first time in 2026, and we had a main event that was very, very fun to watch. If you are a fight fan, we had Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett just beat the hell out of each other for 25 minutes. And Justin Gaethje, a lot of people counted this man out, the most exciting fighter, one of the most exciting fighters in the history of the sport. A lot of people thought Paddy Pimblett was just going to run him over. It was going to look like the Michael Chandler fight, but Justin Gaethje said, no, that's not happening tonight. And now he is the interim lightweight champion. I'm sure you watched the fight. I'm sure you
Yeah.
watched Gaethje and Paddy throw down. What did you think of it?
It was a great fight. I even said, Patty was showing great heart and will. He wanted to try harder. He just didn't have the tools that he needed to beat Gaethje. And it is interesting. I thought because of, I guess Chandler and Gaethje had a tougher fight versus instead of Patty versus Chandler, and then you kind of think, but that's MMA math. You never know when you think you do. And then uh, Gaethje, I knew he had some tough stuff. I wasn't sure what type of Gaethje we would get, but when it came to those hands, his boxing is sharp. He's a pretty strong striker, and he gets that interim title. It's wild. Someone of Gaethje's talents, and he's never made it all the way to the top. Let alone me. I never got the interim, but I did get the King of Violence, so I'll take that. It's a different. Who knows? Maybe if he doesn't go for that undisputed, uh, depending if it someone's gonna vacate, then he would fight again for the undisputed title against whom we're not sure. I know Armin's up there, things like that. But maybe Mike Perry versus Justin Gaethje and bare knuckle. Oh, he's 55. I'm sorry, I don't want to pick on small people. I don't know, man. I'll be getting ready. I'll be getting prepared. to fight this year, man. I'm excited to do that. Gaethje and Paddy had an exciting show, and Paddy still had a good message after.
Yeah.
People just, talk to somebody. That's good stuff. You don't want people, life has enough pain, so you don't want people close to you taking themselves away.
Yeah. What do you think of Gaethje's chances against Ilia Topuria?
Well, Ilya did come up, which means a little bit lighter fighter. Anything could happen. Either one of those guys could win. Gaethje could win, but Ilya's been sharp, and I see all the memes. That they didn't want it to be Gaethje, and like it's videos of Ilya knocking out his opponents. Ilya's a sharp dude. He's got good power punches, good knockout power, and good wrestling and wrestling defense. So not like Gaethje's gonna be trying to take him down, but Gaethje did have some defense to Paddy's grappling. I think that's why we didn't see Paddy grappling. Gaethje can keep the fight where he wanted it, just in boxing range, and um, that's a good matchup though for sure.
Two very exciting guys. You did mention you want to get back to business. You are the King of Violence champion of BKFC. And as a matter of fact, Dave Feldman recently spoke to one of my colleagues and said they're planning on having you return sometime in the spring. And Mike, I got to tell you, he is hyping this thing up. And I want to pull up this quote that he gave to my colleague, and then I want to get your reaction to it. Quote, we're probably targeting right around the May area. It's a huge name. It will be the biggest name that he's ever fought times 5. Huge name. It's going to be unbelievable. We're going to do a fight here in Florida. Like I told you, we're going to break combat sports records. We're going to break the combat sports record in Florida come May 100%. It's a name everybody knows. Everybody's going to be a little bit surprised by it, but it's a big name and it's going to be a big event down here. Mike's from down here, so we want to do a homecoming with him. It's going to be a huge, huge name in the Orlando area. It's going to be big. So this is a quote given to my colleague Damon Martin from David Feldman. Your reaction to what I just read you, and what do you know about this?
So I know some things, but some of the things you said were a little different.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, so area wise, and it does. Some things get misconstrued, and whenever you talk about stuff, things kind of change a little bit down through the timeline somewhere. So I am excited, and I hope it does come together. Uh, would be an honor. The athlete is definitely a dangerous one, and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to be my best self in the ring and give the people the fight, the bloodiest, most violent mess that I can cause. I'm coming to cause havoc in that ring and be unpredictable and unstoppable. So hopefully all this comes together. The fans get this big name that they're looking for, and it's always an honor when I get in that ring, man. I put so much work in, effort, and time. We make videos. I have to do the workouts. I have to wake up. I have to eat right. And another high level athlete doing the same things for us to clash. It's going to be awesome for sure. So, I'm just preparing for May, and we'll see. Hopefully soon there's good news.
do you agree that if this name that you're being told is the name that you end up getting, that this will be the biggest name you ever fought times 5? Is that sort of an accurate assessment in your eyes too?
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely a legend. He's done some legendary shit, and we're gonna probably get mean.
All right. And if it ends up happening in Orlando, that's pretty sweet, man. It's not a long drive for you to do the fight week stuff, right? So, what would that mean to you? I know you fought in Tampa against Jake Paul is a big opportunity for you, but to be able to take the gloves off and fight sort of in your backyard, and if it's a fight of this magnitude, what would that mean to you?
Yeah, you know, I'm in a really good position, really good place considering the fights I've had and going forward, knowing, you know, it's not that I don't have nothing to lose, but I have more to gain, and that's mindset changes over years of fighting and being so involved in so many big fights already, and them still getting bigger. I'm getting other opportunities to really succeed and be this champion that I've always strived to be. It would mean a lot for this to come together with the opportunity, no matter what people say in comments, because there's always half good, half bad. And, so it would mean a lot. I've fought a few times in Florida. It's been a while since I've been able to fight in the Orlando area. Uh, Tampa and Fort Lauderdale and Miami. So, you know, very good time, very good crowd, good people. My people in Florida, they know Floridians, the Americans of America. We rock different down here, and we bring you the most violence possible. When a platinum Mike Perry steps into the ring, that's what you're gonna get.
And I think fans can expect a lot of violence on Friday. By the way, live and free on YouTube, DBX 5.
Oh,
Prelims
that's right.
kickoff at 7 p.m. Central Time, so local time in Houston. Make sure you don't want to miss any of the fights if you're going to the event. So 7 p.m. Central. If you're watching in the East Coast, 8 p.m. and then 8:45 for the middle prelims. And then the main card starts at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Live and free on the Dirty Boxing YouTube channel. Mike, appreciate the time, my man. All the best this fight week in Houston, and looking forward to watching on Friday night.
Great stuff, man. It's all going to handle itself by now. The fighters are working, they're cutting weight. Everyone's really excited to put on their best performance for everyone watching and show the world the champion that they have inside them. So everyone's going to fight their hearts out. And it's all very exciting. Just tune in, like Mike said, live and free on YouTube. And if you're in Texas, hit us up. We got about 50 tickets left.